Alright guys, so we are going to learn various color schemes. There's some artwork that have specific color schemes, and I'm going to show you guys how to group different colors together to show those color schemes. And then the color wheel itself is, I think, pretty awesome, and this is, of course, one of the elements of art, color. Okay, so that's going to be our focus. So the colors you're going to need for this, right, are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Alright, so these are the colors you will need. So for our color wheel, we're going to start up in the corner here. I'm going to go ahead and color in the color wheel according to the colors. Here we have red. Right, and if you happen to be colorblind, don't stress about this. Of course, just looking off of your colored pencil and matching your colors with the colors here. Okay, so after that's colored in neatly, I'm going to go over to orange. Okay. And then I'm going to go to yellow. So each one in between here, we're skipping a little section. And then these sections that we are skipping are called the tertiary colors. We'll talk about that in a little bit here. Then we go to green. Okay, then I go to blue. And then we have violet. Okay, so that's our color wheel, the basic color wheel. Now, if we were to mix, this is a primary color, right? Primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Okay, if we were to mix those with secondary colors, we get tertiary colors. Okay, we'll talk about that actually in just we'll worry about that in a minute. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. So, with primary colors, these are the first ones. You start off with red, yellow, and blue. Okay, and when you start with these primary colors, you can create all the other colors, which is, I think, pretty cool. So primary actually means first, means number one. In fact, you could write number one here to remind you that it's number one. So red, yellow, and blue. Okay. Red, yellow, and blue. Now, if we mix a primary color with another primary color, it gives us a secondary color. So, right, if we mix red and yellow together, we get orange, which is a secondary color. We mix red and blue, we get violet. We mix yellow and blue, we get green. So I have a little song. Primary colors, red, yellow, blue. Secondary colors, violet, orange, green. Okay. So super cheesy song, but just for you. I know you guys really want to hear that right now, so you're welcome. So primary colors, red, yellow, blue. Secondary colors, violet, orange, green. Try getting that stuck in your head. I'm sure it will. You're welcome. I know you're probably thinking, Ms.Champlin, why are you so annoying right now? Well, if it helps you remember your primary and secondary colors, then awesome. You are welcome. All right, so violet is a secondary color made by red and blue. Orange and green. Okay, this looks a little bit blue on my screen, but it is violet. And then we could say second. These are secondary. Now, if we get to tertiary, excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with my voice right now. We can mix a primary color with a secondary color, and that turns into a tertiary color, which means 3. Okay, so we had 1, 2, and then 3. So let's say I have yellow and green. That makes yellow green. Okay, you'll need colored pencils for this. Okay, yellow and orange. I'm going to mix yellow right here. And then I'm going to mix orange. That means it's yellow-orange. It's not orange-yellow. I wonder if you know why. Well, let's think about it. Primary is first. That means number 1, so that means primary goes first. Okay, so you always say the primary color first. It's not orange-yellow. The primary color is yellow, so it's yellow-orange. Same like red-orange. Okay, red is first because it's primary. I'm going to mix red and orange together. Okay, and then I also have red and violet, so that'll be red-violet. And then I have violet and blue, so I mix violet and blue. Since this is going to be a video, you guys can pause this at any time to keep up with what I'm doing, because I know I'm going kind of fast. All right, blue-green is green and blue together, right? So these are our tertiary colors. Tertiary is not 1, it's not 2, but it means 3, because we have our primary and our secondary together. And if you think about it, 1 plus 2 equals 3. Okay, so that's kind of how that goes there. All right. Next, what we're going to talk about are the complementary colors. Okay, so we've got complementary colors or opposites. Okay, we've got red. The opposite of red is green. Okay, so those are Christmas colors. So if we have red and green, these are known as one set of complementary colors, red and green. So we can think of Christmas. Okay, the next set of complementary colors, if we look at blue, the opposite of blue is orange. You can think of Bronco colors. Okay, they are across from each other on the color wheel. So I have blue, and I have orange. If you want to use markers for these sections here, you can do that. It's the mixing of colors that you don't want to use markers. Okay. So blue and orange. The last complementary color set, we have violet, and across from violet is yellow. So we can think Lakers or the Vikings, right? Those are complementary sets and complementary colors. Okay, so we have red and green for Christmas, Bronco colors, so blue and orange, and then Lakers colors, violet and yellow, or Vikings if you're a football fan. Okay, And so the cool thing about complementary colors, when they're next to each other, they look the brightest. Okay, they look the most vibrant when they're next to each other because of those opposites. Kind of think opposites attract, and they complement each other. If we were to mix a complementary color, right, a green with its red, because that's what's across from each other on the color wheel, if we were to mix them together, it creates this neutral tone. It's kind of cool. It almost makes it brown. So why don't you go ahead and try to mix those two together, right? And so it creates that neutral brown. These ones are pretty self-explanatory. You can use these with markers if you'd like. And so our warm colors, I'm sure you could guess, are going to be fiery colors. Anything that makes you think of the sun or fire or anything warm, okay? I know sometimes people say, well, there's blue and fire, and that is very true. But we're mostly thinking of the main colors in fire, okay? In which there's orange, blue, or I'm so sorry, orange, red, and yellow. So orange, yellow, and red, yellow, orange, red. All of those are warm colors, okay? The cool colors, that's where we get into thinking about cool grass. So you could think of green. Sometimes water can look a little green too if you're in a tropical area, right? Water, that's cool, that's blue. And maybe the cool mountains, I think of violet. Okay, so green, blue, and violet are your cool colors. Again, you guys could use markers for this section if you want. And then monochromatic's pretty easy. Mono just means one, chromatic means color. So one color. So that means we're going to use a colored pencil for this part. You choose the colored pencil you want to choose. Maybe I'll choose green. I'm going to shade a dark value. It's almost like a value scale where it's really dark, really, really dark. And then it gets to medium dark. And then it gets medium light. So you could honestly create a whole artwork just with one color. You just shade it with different pressures, right, and different values. So really dark, medium, or light, okay? And that's known as a monochromatic color scheme, okay? Last one, we've gone through a lot of these different color schemes. Last one, we've actually gone over this one before in class on a bell work. Analogous colors. I think this is a really cool color scheme personally. If I were to take green and then the colors next to green on the color wheel, that would be an analogous color scheme. We have yellow green, green, and blue green. Okay, or I could do green, blue, green, and blue. Any 3 or 4 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel would be analogous. Okay, so if I chose, let's say I do choose green, I could start out with green here. Then maybe I have blue-green. So I'm going to mix green and blue here with blue-green. And then what's next to blue-green? So the green, blue-green, and then there's blue. So any 3 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. Okay? I could have done red, red, orange, and orange. I could have done yellow, orange, orange, and red, orange. Any 3 that are next to each other on the color wheel. Okay? So I hope you learned something new today. These are all various color schemes that I think are really awesome and can make your work look really vibrant. Okay, so you need to make sure you filled all of this in by the end of class. Again, if you need to rewind this video so you can see where I was at, so you get this correct, this is going to be for points. And last but not least, this is really important, please put your name at the top of your worksheet, and please put the period, okay, whatever period it is, so that you can get credit for it. All right? Hey guys, this is your crazy art teacher, Ms. Champlin. I'm sorry I can't be there. Miss you guys, but I just wanted to go over some things for you for the assignment today. So for your color scheme sheet, I have already gone over how to create that. So you should watch the demo on how to create each of the color schemes, okay, with this sheet, okay? And you were to fill it out with me. If you need to stop the video as you fill it out, because I know I kind of go fast with it, but then you can do that, that's fine. And I'd like to share my screen so that I can show you a little bit more about the color schemes. Okay, so looking at the color schemes, I know I've talked to you guys about various color schemes before, but we're going to go over it again. This is about the art elements, okay? So we're focusing on one art element, and that is color. Okay, that's an element that deals with emotion. It also deals with science, right, with color bouncing off. It's basically light that bounces off an object and it hits our eye. So for example, light is bouncing off this coffee mug and then it hits my eye a certain wavelength, and so I see the color white here. Here I see the color tan in a certain wavelength. Pretty cool. And of course, color can be emotional, right? A lot of people associate yellow with happiness, blue for sadness, and so forth. And so for the primary colors, I already shared with you that primary colors means number one first, okay, they're the first colors. And if you just take these colors only, red, yellow, blue, you can create artwork that just have these colors and make them very vibrant. Okay, so on the right is a picture of a very famous artist, his last name Mondrian. He created this abstract piece with primary colors. Secondary colors, right? Violet, orange, and green. As we see in this piece with this dog, we've got violet for the outline, orange within the dog, and green for the background. So secondary colors. Complementary colors are colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. Red, its complement is green. Blue's complement is orange. Violet is yellow. So we think Bronco colors, that's one set of complementary colors. Lakers is one set, and Christmas colors. We cannot combine all of these colors together in a work. That would not be complementary. It would be all the colors. So if we look at one piece, this is a piece by Vincent Van Gogh. He has a focus of mostly red and green, okay? So we got red walls and then the green ceiling, the green pool table, and he mixed red and green to make this brown for the wooden part of the pool table, which I thought was really cool. As I showed you guys on here, if you mix complementary colors together, the opposites together, you're gonna get more of a brownish color, kind of what we did earlier. So another set of complementary colors here, yellow and violet. Notice how in these two examples, their focus is on just those two colors, the opposites, okay? They're not having all of the colors together, okay? They're focused mostly on just two colors, okay? Warm colors. This is a very famous painting by Georgia O'Keeffe, right? And we have very fiery reds, orange, and yellows, okay? So those are warm colors. Cool colors, we have, of course, things that feel like they're colder, right? So like maybe blues, greens, and violets. Actually, not maybe. Blues, greens, and violets. And then if we look at monochromatic color schemes, it's just one color. Mono means one, chromatic means color. So one color. And it just means that that one color has different shades, right? And so on this one down here, we shaded those dark to light, okay, to get your piece going with that. And so for this example, this is more of a blue-violet, and they have different, we have a really darker shade of blue-violet right here, and then it keeps getting lighter and lighter. So it's just one color, okay? And then they mixed blue-violet with a lot of black to get that really dark blue-violet. It almost does look black. So, and then I love how it kind of gradiates and goes lighter and lighter. This is a monochromatic piece because it has just that one color and various shades. So that's monochromatic. Analogous color schemes, right? Those are 3 to 4 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. I think these look really fun together personally because they just blend really well. They have, so yellow all the way down to red, orange. You could have orange, orange, yellow, yellow. These 3 could be a color scheme, or if you include all 3 or 5. I personally like to keep it just 3 to 4, but you could do, I suppose, 3 to 5 if you included all 5 of them. So, all right, so those are the color schemes that I wanted to show you guys. And so what you're gonna do today is you're gonna make sure you finish this and that it's nice and neat, okay? Then after that, on the back of this page, there should be this sheet right here that's copied, okay? I created this page for you guys in some cool graffiti style writing I thought you might enjoy. Each of these words needs to be colored in according to the correct color scheme. This is an example. You do not have to color it in this style. If you want, you could make polka dots, you can make patterns as you color it, okay? It doesn't have to just be colored in this way, okay? But I do need to see, for example, primary colors were red, yellow, blue. Secondary colors were the correct violet, orange, green. Warm colors, cool colors, right? They were separated. Notice how monochromatic, it's one color, guys. You don't want to do multiple colors on this, otherwise you're not going to get the full points. Complementary, it's not all of the colors either. She chose one set of the complementary colors that I taught you, okay? So she did that. And then analogous colors, she had 3 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel, okay? She had looks like she had blue, which is a primary color, blue-green, which is that tertiary color in between, and then she had green. So she had 3 colors next to each other on the color wheel. So this is basically showing me that you understand the color schemes, okay? This should take you a while, okay? I don't expect you to get this done in a day. So this page right here, this page that you're gonna have to color in, this is gonna be on the back of this page, and this needs to stay in your folder. Your folder is gonna stay in your backpack when you're not in art, okay? You need to bring this, which is gonna be in your folder, that needs to come with you every single day this week, okay? And really for the rest of the year. I don't want you keeping this at home, okay? You have to bring this to art class every single day, just like your laptop, okay? So this, as well as this page, it's all gonna be double-sided. Mine doesn't have the back of it because my printer's not working at home and I can't come in. So imagine that this right here, this color sheet is gonna be on the back, goes in your folder, okay? And then your folder stays in your backpack. You bring your folder to art class every single day, okay? So that when I come back, I get to see you working on, I get to see your work that you've done, okay? And so while this stays in your folder, okay, you bring it to art every single day, this is going to act like your MYOB packet, this coloring sheet for the week, okay? So you're going to have some challenges this week. For example, one day you're gonna have this challenge where you can either choose to color this all in, this cool graffiti tag, in primary colors, or on the next page, if you wanna create your own design on it in free draw, it has to take up the whole page, and then you have to color it in using only primary colors, okay? So that's your primary colors challenge. This challenge, when you're done with it, will also go with this worksheet in your folder, and that will go in your backpack, okay? The next day, you're gonna have another challenge too that's different, okay? I'm not gonna tell you all the challenges because I like to keep it a little surprise, okay? And so I hope that makes sense. That is what's expected of you. You need to make sure these challenges here that you're given every day, along with this, and along with the coloring sheet, stays that you keep it in your folder when you're not in art, okay? When you clean up, it goes in your folder goes in your backpack. I know I say that 5 million times, but I'm trying to reiterate that, okay? Let's say that when you get the challenge, like this primary color challenge, if you get done with it in class, what you need to work on is you'll pull this out again and you'll keep working on this, okay? So first you'll work on the challenge that's giving you that day, and then you'll work on this, okay? I hope that makes sense. But your guest teacher will have instructions for you on that as well. Hopefully that makes sense. So for example, today is Tuesday, so you'll be working on, you'll finish this for Tuesday, and then the rest of class you'll work on this, okay? Wednesday, you're gonna have this challenge. You'll work on this. If you finish this Wednesday, then you'll finish this, okay? All right, I hope that makes sense. And the next few days are gonna be like that too, where you have another challenge. And then when you're done with that challenge, you'll work on this, okay? I hope that makes sense. And I'm sorry if it's a little confusing. But I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. I want you to take your time on these challenges. You are gonna get points for this, okay? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I will be checking your work when I get back, so make sure you don't lose these challenges, okay? I'm not having the sub collect these. I'm having you keep these in your folder. And I really want to make sure that I'm able to give you credit for these, because if you lose them, I can't give you credit. So make sure you keep them all in the folder. All right, I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys have fun with this project, because I think color schemes are really cool. And so anyway, this video is way too long now. But anyway, thanks for listening. I miss you guys. Hope you're staying safe. And all right, so I'm excited to see you guys get to work. All right, thanks.